Are you ready to revolutionize your relationship with money? Welcome to the Finding Financial Freedom podcast with the Frugal Physician, where I, Dr. Disha Spath, will be your companion on this exciting adventure. Get ready to conquer debt, build wealth, and embrace a mindful spending lifestyle that will empower you to live life on your own terms. Pearson Ravitz' story begins with Dr. Stephanie Pearson, a passionate OB-GYN at the height of her career. But then, a shoulder injury struck during a precipitous delivery. Her dreams were shattered, leaving her unable to practice medicine. Determined to make a difference, Stephanie became an advocate for her peers, guiding them through the complex disability process. Alongside insurance expert Scott Ravitz, Stephanie founded Pearson Ravitz, a company determined to approach insurance differently. Together, they set their mission to educate and empower physicians to protect their most valuable asset, their income, and the most important people in their life, their family. Today, Pearson Ravitz serves the medical community in all 50 states. At Pearson Ravitz, they understand the unique concerns of physicians. Physician-founded and physician-focused, Pearson Ravitz builds human connections before they create quotes. Life can change in an instant. It's hard to imagine that a sudden illness or injury could leave you and your family in a devastating financial situation. But with a little planning and guidance, you can prepare for every possibility. Visit PearsonRavitz.com to schedule your consultation with a Pearson Ravitz advisor. Welcome to Finding Financial Freedom with the Frugal Physician, your go-to podcast for all things student loans, finance, and lifestyle design. I'm your host, Dr. Disha Spath, and today we're diving into the tumultuous world of student loan forgiveness and the latest developments surrounding the SAVE plan. If you have student loans, you've probably heard about the SAVE plan. That's the Saving on a Valuable Education Plan, and the recent legal battles it's facing. From administrative forbearance to court showdowns, the SAVE plan has been making headlines. But what exactly is happening, and what does it mean to you? In today's episode, we'll explore the origins of the SAVE plan, its current legal challenges, and what the future might hold. We'll break down the Biden administration's initial attempts to provide relief, the legal hurdles that have emerged, and the potential impact of the upcoming 2024 election on student loan forgiveness policies. We'll also discuss practical advice for borrowers currently on the SAVE plan and those considering switching repayment strategies. Plus, we'll talk about the importance of voting and how your voice can shape the future of the student loan policies. So grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and join us as we unravel the complexities of the SAVE plan and its implications for millions of borrowers. Stay tuned for an in-depth look at the legal drama, policy shifts, and what you need to know to navigate student loans during these uncertain times. Okay, so what's going on with the SAVE plan? If you have student loans, you're likely aware that the SAVE plan is under legal pressure. The Education Department recently announced that all SAVE borrowers will be placed into administrative forbearance indefinitely as the administration defends the plan in court. This forbearance is interest-free, but unfortunately, the time in forbearance will not count towards Public Service Loan Forgiveness or PSLF payment counts, or IDR counts for that matter. Well, why all the drama? Let's dive into the origins of the SAVE plan. The Biden-Harris administration initially tried to help borrowers at risk of delinquencies and default after the pandemic payment pause by forgiving $20,000 in debt for the Pell Grant recipients and $10,000 in student debt for non-Pell Grant recipients earning less than $125,000 single or $250,000 as households. The administration argued that the pandemic was a national emergency, justifying loan cancellation under the HEROES Act of 2003, which allows the Secretary of Education to waive or modify student debt obligations during emergency situations. However, the Supreme Court ruled that this was unconstitutional, basically saying that the executive branch doesn't have the power of the purse, and Congress really needed to weigh in. So in response, the Biden administration introduced the SAVE plan through executive action. Citing the Higher Education Act, they introduced this income-driven repayment plan, which was to replace the REPAYE plan, and offered significant concessions to borrowers, including lower payments to a weighted average of 5 to 10% of modified gross income for graduate loans and 5% of modified gross income for undergraduate loans, which was much better than any of the other plans, including the REPAYE plan. It also prevents student loan balances from ballooning by forgiving 100% of the accrued monthly interest, as opposed to 50% on the REPAYE plan. So basically, if you have student loans and you're making an income-driven payment, most likely it's not covering the entire interest that's accruing on that loan for that month. So in the SAVE plan, whatever interest has accrued and your monthly payment didn't cover gets forgiven. And we all know the power of compounding interest. When that compounding goes away, the student loan becomes a whole lot more manageable. The SAVE plan also forgives loan balances for those who borrowed less than $12,000 in as few as 10 years. So since its rollout in 2023, about 8 million borrowers have enrolled in the SAVE plan, with 4.6 million of them qualifying for $0 payments. Obviously, it's a great deal. But in March of 2024, 11 Republican-led states, led by Kansas, sued to block the SAVE plan. And in April 2024, another group of Republican-led states, led by Missouri, followed suit. These lawsuits argued that the executive branch lacks the authority to cancel student debt without congressional approval, citing significant financial losses for the states. This was right before the 5% for undergraduate loans provision was going to kick in. The SAVE plan was rolled out in stages, and this was right before that stage was going to kick in, and the states really felt like they were going to lose a lot of money in the amount of billions.
Forget the burdens of tenants and toilets. Equity Multiple simplifies your investment journey, letting you invest passively in vetted, professionally managed commercial real estate. Only 5% of reviewed investments reach Equity Multiple's platform, with their asset management working on each from funding through exit to maximize your returns. Whether you're on the couch in your exec chair or the backseat of a rideshare, Equity Multiple brings cash-flowing real estate investments straight to your fingertips. All investments involve risk. Visit equitymultiple.com to learn more.
So federal judges temporarily blocked parts of the SAVE plan in June 2024. While one of these rulings was lifted by the 10th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals blocked the entire SAVE plan until a final decision is made. The cases are likely to end up in the Supreme Court at this point. So what's going to happen to the SAVE plan? Well, the Education Department has put all SAVE borrowers into administrative forbearance until the legal issues are resolved because the judge issued a stay. They've also taken down the online application for all IDR plans. No new enrollments are allowed in SAVE at this time. Unfortunately, these months in forbearance will not count towards PSLF or IDR forgiveness. The Department of Education recently posted that as well. But at least the loans will have 0% interest during this period. So what happens next? The issue will likely go to the Supreme Court. Given the current conservative composition of the court, the SAVE plan will most likely not survive. The future of the SAVE plan largely depends on the outcome of the 2024 election. The former President Trump has consistently opposed student loan forgiveness, arguing that it's unfair to those who didn't take them out or paid them off. He has proposed cuts to the Department of Education. He's proposed elimination of subsidized debt, so the time period where your loans aren't accruing interest when you're actually in school. And he's also proposed getting rid of the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Plan in his 2020 budget. That would be hard to do because it's in the Master Promissory Note, but that's what he's proposed in the past. Therefore, he's unlikely to support the SAVE program. So if Trump is elected, the current administration, Biden-Harris, might try to make the program better or more permanent before leaving office in January, but we won't count on it. If the Democrats are reelected, they will likely continue their efforts to provide student loan relief, arguing that student loan debt is a crisis and affects the entire economy. So what's a borrower to do in these uncertain times? Obviously, this is incredibly stressful for anyone that has student loans, incredibly stressful to me here as I'm watching you guys go through this process and trying to keep up with it for you. So if you are a borrower that's close to forgiveness on an IDR or PSLF forgiveness, and you're on the SAVE plan, there is an option to switch to IBR to complete the payments and get rid of the loans. However, it might make more sense right now to just sit tight and see what happens, because the Department of Education is clearly trying to figure this out themselves, and God knows when they're going to get to the actual forgiveness. The online application for the IDR plans to enroll or switch or consolidate has actually been pulled down. So you can't do it online right now. Hopefully they'll get that back up in the next week or so. You may still be able to do it with a paper application if you're super motivated to just switch out of SAVE into IBR and finish out your payments. For right now, the payments are on hold on SAVE, and everyone's trying to figure out how to navigate this situation. So it's probably just more advisable to sit tight and enjoy these months without student loan payments while the government figures it out. Most importantly, don't forget to make plans to go out and vote in November and express your interest. So that wraps up today's episode of Finding Financial Freedom with the Frugal Physician. This was a short update on things that are going on in our world right now. We hope you have a clearer understanding of the SAVE plan and its legal battles and what it means for student loan borrowers like you. The landscape of student loans can be complex and ever-changing, but staying informed is your best tool for navigating it. If you found this episode helpful, make sure to subscribe to our podcast so you never miss an update. And don't forget to leave us a review. Your feedback helps us bring you the most relevant and insightful content. Remember, your voice matters. The 2024 election could significantly impact the future of student loan forgiveness and policies like the SAVE plan. Make sure you're registered to vote and encourage your friends and family to do the same. Together, we can shape the policies that affect millions of borrowers across the country. Have questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes? Reach out to us on social media or email us at thefrugalphysician@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for tuning in to Finding Financial Freedom with the Frugal Physician. Until next time, I'm Dr. Disha Spath, helping you navigate the world of student loans one episode at a time. Stay informed, stay proactive, and, of course, stay frugal, y'all. Now, a final word from our sponsor. At Pearson Rabbits, they understand that life can change in an instant. It's hard to imagine that a sudden illness, injury, or catastrophic event could put you and your family in a devastating financial situation. Physician-founded and physician-focused, Pearson Rabbits builds human connections before they create quotes. Visit www.pearsonrabbits.com today and embark on your journey to safeguarding your future.
The content shared on this podcast should not be taken as individualized financial advice. We are here to share our knowledge and experiences, but it is crucial to consult with professionals such as accountants, financial advisors, or attorneys who can provide personalized guidance based on your specific needs.